This is my own rendering of the Beatitudes. The definition of Marxism comes from Del Brunner. Matthew, a commentary. Makari are the weak ones, the poor in wealth and the poor in soul. They are caretakers of the dream of God. Makari are the ones who grieve. They will be invited to a divine banquet. Makari are the powerless ones and the ones who release their power. They will recognize that the entire earth has always been theirs. Makari are the ones who long for justice that restores and dignifies. They will be filled with whole and mutually dependent love. Makari are the ones who give mercy. They will receive in turn what they have offered in love. Makari are the true ones. They will have eyes to see the spirit of truth. Makari are the ones who serve peace. They will be called kin, safe in God's chosen family. Makari are the ones who suffer for doing good. Their dreams will become like God's dream. Makari are the fearless ones, the rejected or pushed out. They will find joy on the edges, co-working with God, transforming the world in love. Prologue. The Dream of God. When he saw the crowds, he ascended the mountain. And when he sat down, his disciples came to him, and he opened his mouth and taught them. Matthew 5, 1-2. April 2019, San Francisco. I walk the length of Grace Cathedral, holding a candle and wearing a white acolyte robe. Hardly the religious garb of my adult church-going life. I pass by the faces of fellow conference goers. This weekend, I taught a small seminar on the spirituality of rest. And now I find myself leading this processional with the other speakers trailing along. I climb the stairs toward the altar and do my best to steady the candle into its brass votive stand. Then I find a seat among the others, who are settling into the choir stalls beside me. The ceiling rises high into dark Gothic angles, surrounded on all sides by early 20th century stained glass images of Jesus' ministry. This is the last act of a beautiful weekend, during which people from all sorts of backgrounds, artists and speakers, theologians and writers, have told their stories of why they remain believers in the radical and inefficient Jesus, and how, despite our separation from the mainstream politics of American Christianity, despite the sex scandals and power-grabbing of so many American Christian leaders, we are all still clinging to a faith revealed through the exceptional life of an ancient traveling rabbi who invited his followers to imagine a new way to God. Nadia Bolz-Weber approaches the lectern to send us off. She stands at the center of the raised stage, just to the side of our crew of speakers, wearing the traditional robe of a high church minister, white cloth tied in a bunch at the waist with a rope. The next time I hear her preach, 6 weeks later in Chattanooga, Tennessee, she will be shaken and deeply grieved at the funeral of her friend and conference collaborator, Rachel Held Evans. But at this moment, Rachel is sitting behind me, vibrant. And Nadia's voice is light. She is jubilant, bringing a successful conference to a close. She reads the week's gospel passage aloud. The passage is from John, chapter 12. The story of Mary, the sister of Lazarus, breaking a jar of pure nard on the feet of Jesus. I listen as Nadia sets the scene.